Another main problem that we have in our current vulnerability management framework is that we use what we call CVSS as a mechanism to prioritize vulnerabilities. Now, CVSS is great to assess the technical severity of a specific vulnerability. But if we use CVSS as our single source of truth, we practically prioritize vulnerabilities at our own infrastructure with no context. The most severe vulnerabilities at our infrastructure and our applications will be the same as another enterprise, which is obviously not true. So as we look at prioritizing vulnerabilities in the modern world, especially when you have so many vulnerabilities out there, we have to actually assess what we call vulnerability risk. Vulnerability risk is the composition of 4 different factors. One is the direct outcome of the CVSS, the technical severity of the vulnerability. The second is the behavior of this vulnerability in the wild. How does attackers use these vulnerabilities now in order to actually exploit them in the wild and use them to get some kind of malicious activity up and running? Third is what is the importance of the specific vulnerable asset. An asset is a very sneaky word these days. The asset could be an application, a code repository, a Docker, a server, a PC. So what is the importance of all of these to the business? One server could be way more important to the business than the other, and therefore exploitability of it could be higher, and the risk out of it could be higher as well. Lastly is the technical context of the asset itself. What type of competency controls are deployed on it? Where and how it is installed in the network? How is this asset configured, and how the configuration of this asset correlates to the specific exploit of the vulnerability we found on these assets? All of these 4 together compile what we call the risk of the vulnerability. And for any enterprise, this risk is contextual and different. So when we look at prioritizing vulnerabilities, we need to take a step back from CVSS and look at other factors, doesn't matter what they are in terms of technical or business, to make sure that we are aligning the priorities of the vulnerabilities we detect to the actual severity they pose to our specific enterprise.